Hey everybody, welcome back to VintageWeightsPGH. If you haven't heard of HomeGymCon, it is the world's largest gathering of home gym owners to get together and take a look at the equipment and the companies that they love and get to actually use some of the equipment that they might want to purchase in the future. Plus, there are various different events taking place during the convention. Last year, I was the director of the HomeGymCon Grip Strength Championship, and I'm happy to be back for the second HomeGymCon Grip Strength Championship. This year's HomeGymCon will take place in Louisville, Kentucky, the last weekend in June, Friday and Saturday, June 27th and June 28th. The grip strength competition will take place the morning of Friday, June 27th. Weigh-in will be at 9 a.m. and then the competition will begin at 10 a.m. sharp. Now let's get into the events, the prizes, and some other details you need to know. One of the biggest things you need to know is that this year registration will cost $50 and it's through Iron Podium. There's a link in the description of this video. That also includes a one-day pass to the expo at HomeGymCon. So for the $50, you get registered for the Grip Strength Championship and you also get a ticket to the event. You don't have to purchase a separate ticket. If you'd like to purchase another ticket for Saturday of HomeGymCon just to stick around for the weekend, you're welcome to do so at HomeGymCon.com. Or if you have a family member or friend coming with you and you need a ticket to HomeGymCon, you can purchase a ticket for them at HomeGymCon.com. You can also save a little money on those HomeGymCon tickets by using code VINTAGE. Iron Podium, though, is where you need to go to register for the Grip Strength Championship. On to the events. The first event will be the 3x4 Saxon Bar, named after Arthur Saxon, a classic old-time strongman. This requires you to pinch with two hands and deadlift this bar that will be loaded up with weights for a max lift. You will have 4 attempts to reach your max lift, and more rules and details will come in a future video. The Saxon bars for the event will be supplied by Arm Assassin Strength Shop. Thank you so much to Arm Assassin for once again sponsoring the HomeGymCon Grip Strength Championship. Event number 2 is the medley. Last year, the medley garnered quite a crowd. It was a cool thing to watch, so if you're coming out to HomeGymCon but you're not exactly participating, stop by the Grip Strength Championship and check out the medley. Once again, there will be 10 challenges that you have to complete, as many as possible within one timed minute if you are one of the athletes. This event is sponsored by Grip Genie. Grip Genie is kind enough to supply 9 grippers and grip tools that will be utilized throughout the event. There will be 2 or 3 grippers for the males and females, as well as various grip tools from Grip Genie that will be hooked up to a loading pin. And then I'll also throw in a couple vintage grip tools that will be detailed and explained in a future video. If you would like to go to Grip Genie and pick up any of the tools, the ones that we'll be using specifically will be the Dragon Egg, the UFO, the Genie Ball, and the Genie Hub. We'll also be using grippers 1 through 5 from Grip Genie. You can save 10% at Grip Genie by using code HGC GRIP 25. I'll drop that code and a link to Grip Genie in the description. Last year, we kicked things off with the Napalm Nightmare with a 2 3/8 inch handle. This year, the third event will be a Napalm Nightmare, but it will be a single-handed Napalm Nightmare lift. The nice thing about the Napalm Nightmare from Arm Assassin Strength Shop is that you can remove these handles and you can put on different ones of different dimension or size, and you can also use them on a single-handed Napalm Nightmare that Arm Assassin sells. The third event will feature a 2 3/8 inch handle on the single Napalm Nightmare, and that will be for a max lift. Just like the first event, you'll have 4 attempts to reach your max lift. More details to come in a future video. If you want to save a little money at Arm Assassin, use code VINTAGE. That brings us to our last event. Event number 4 will feature a very unique item. It's being sponsored by Ryan J. Pitts Presents. Last year, he sent his Stronger Grip blob trainer to the medley. This year, I partnered with Ryan J. Pitts to come up with something special for this fourth event. It's going to be a thick-handled, heavy hammer. It's going to have at least a 2-inch thick handle and weigh over 100 pounds, and you're going to have to pick it up and hold it for time. There'll be some more planning for this, so this is probably the biggest like to be determined event of the 4 events because Ryan and I are still working through the details. However, if you would like to train for this, I would suggest picking up a hilt from Grip Genie. Arm Assassin also has a vertical attachment because the heavy hammer will essentially have a thick handle that you'll have to pick up in a vertical bar type situation. Along those lines, here are a couple other tips for training if you want to start getting ready for the HomeGymCon Grip Strength Championship. Grippers from Grip Genie are quite affordable, and you can save even more money with that code HGC, as in HomeGymCon, Grip25. Arm Assassin sells the exact Saxon bar that we'll be using. We're using the one that is the arm lifting variant. This is a Grip Sport International competition though, so just keep that in mind. We are sanctioned by Grip Sport International. Both the Saxon bars on Arm Assassin are the same length. The only difference is the usable portion. This is a rackable Saxon bar that I have, and then on the arm lifting variant, the usable portion goes out all the way to the collar. They're both $150 plus shipping. A more affordable option, or if you just don't have the room in your gym for a Saxon bar, would be to pick up a 3x4 block that you can hook with the eye bolt onto a loading pin. This is the exact dimension of the Saxon bar, and although it's one-handed, you can alternate hands, and for a fraction of the price of the Saxon bar, you can train your pinch grip in the same dimension of the Saxon bar. When it comes to the single-handed Napalm Nightmare, there's a lot of ways to train thick handle. I honestly would just suggest if you don't have a Napalm Nightmare that you consider investing in one. It's such a versatile piece of gym equipment. I won't turn this, announcement video into a complete review video of the Napalm Nightmare. I'll just say it like that I wouldn't spend my money on something lesser than. I would just get the Napalm Nightmare and the single handle and get the 2 3/8 inch attachments and call it a day. That's my best suggestion there. It's a great piece of gym equipment to have. Weight divisions will be the same as last year, and I will list them in the description, and then the prizes will be given out in the same manner as last year. There's $2,500 in cash prizes, thanks to HomeGymCon, to be given away. Then, in addition to that, we have many other prizes. Arm Assassin was nice enough to allow us to give away the Saxon bars that we'll be using. We'll also be giving away all of the Grip Genie tools. These prizes will be given away by raffle to the athletes. So if you compete, you stand a really good chance of winning. I'll put it this way, last year, every single athlete went home with a prize. That's my goal again this year. In addition to the Grip Genie tools, Ryan J. Pitts will be raffling off that custom heavy hammer that we're going to use in event number 4. Then we have Executive Fit. They've donated a deadlift box. If you haven't seen a deadlift box from Executive Fit, basically you put crash pads on either side and you stand on the box to do your deadlifts. So it's a great way to keep from waking up your family when you're deadlifting in your home gym in the morning. It's also a nice alternative to a full deadlift platform if you have a smaller home gym like I do. I have one last huge announcement and thank you, and that would be to Wait It Out. Wait It Out saved us last year. We had a real problem because our weight plates were too thick that some of the stronger athletes were really stacking them up. It was getting to the point that the loading pin for Napalm Nightmare was going to be full. So I knew just the man to speak to. I went to the Wait It Out booth at HomeGymCon, and right there on the spot, I said, Brian, I need your thin plates. I need some help. And without hesitation, he was like, how many do you need? So big thank you for last year, and then a huge thank you for officially sponsoring us this year. All of our weights will come from Wait It Out this year, thanks to Brian and thanks to his company. So please, if you have a moment, send a little shout out to Wait It Out and thank them for sponsoring the Grip Strength Championship at HomeGymCon and giving us those thin and accurate steel weight plates that we need for this competition. If this video has been a blur, just know that if you subscribe and stay tuned, I'm going to post updates all the way through the Grip Strength Championship at HomeGymCon in June. So I'll be coming back with more details, but you can register now. It's live on Iron Podium, and for $50, you get a ticket to the event plus your registration to the grip competition. Not a bad deal. So register now on Iron Podium. The link is in the description. And if you need additional tickets to HomeGymCon, you can save money by using code VINTAGE. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors once again. And if you have any questions about the Grip Strength Championship, please don't hesitate. Reach out. You can email me at VintageWeightsPGH@gmail.com, or you can reach me on any of the socials or drop a comment on this video and I will get back to you the best that I can. Thanks for watching. This is Rob at VintageWeightsPGH.